What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning Friday night's fight in Melbourne, Australia between two ladies in the top 15 internationally. Both from Australia, Jasmine Parr taking on Soliman. Guys, before we get started, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's been with me since day one. If you haven't already, could you please remember to hit subscribe? Could you also like this video? Go down to the bottom of your screen, find the bell notification button, click that so you never miss one of my daily live streams. Also, we launched our Johnny Says Boxing Insider VIP membership. To find out more, that link is pinned in the comments section below. All right, guys, this is the first full week in November. We have a massive month ahead of us. We have a massive weekend of boxing ahead of us. We have Virgil Ortiz, Erickson Lubin. We also have a big fight between Tiger Johnson and Nick Flaz. But this feature fight takes place here in Australia between two of the top ladies at super flyweight, Jasmine Parr and Soliman. Guys, you would recognize the Parr last name from Jasmine's very famous father, John Wayne Parr. Her mother was also a former professional fighter, Angie Rivera Parr. So if you were to make a fighter in a lab, you would take father and mother, and here we are. Princess Jasmine Parr is upon us. She's young, early 20s, 22 years old. I've witnessed her last few fights. Her last two, she's won by stoppage. With her opponent, Soliman, she's won her last three by stoppage, and both ladies were asking for this fight on social media, and hats off to SLB Promotions for making this fight happen. I do want to say it's good to see an Aussie card with matchups like this, in my opinion, 50-50 matchups, and not 18-1 odds, 17-1 odds, in which we see a lot with certain promotional companies. So SLB Promotions, tip my hat off to you. Also, guys, wherever you're tuning into the world watching this, you can watch this card on DAZN. So in this video, what I'm going to do is break down both ladies' careers. We're going to talk a little bit about how they go about their business. And like always, stay tuned to the end of the video. That's where I'll be going over the current Las Vegas odds, and I'll be giving you my prediction and telling you where to put your money. All right, guys, this is a fight that's on the SLB Fight Night card on DAZN, headlined by Bala and Vorobiev. These are the ladies. This is going to be a firefight. If you're not familiar with Parr or with Soliman, what you're going to expect is two fighters who want to be world champions. May is the 27-year-old Egyptian-born Aussie. She has one loss to her name. She got her pro career started a few years ago, and she's seen nothing but success since. As of late, her last three victories all come by way of stoppage. A lot of output, a lot of volume. She's a very brave fighter, and she always has one task at hand. She wants to end the fight early. In her opponent, everything I just said about May, you can literally say the same thing about Jazzy Parr. She's going to come into fight night in incredible shape. She's going to have the output just like her opponent, and she's going to have the willingness to exchange. For the Australian boxing landscape, some of the most exciting fights are between the ladies, and we know above the top of the mountain there are multiple female world champions in the sport of boxing. Jazzy Parr has one loss to her name. She lost a decision to Shannon O'Connell, Shotgun Shannon. Shannon has a win over current world champion Shernika Johnson. And if you look at the scorecards of Jazzy versus Shannon, to say outrageous would be an understatement. Either way, that's her only blemish. Since then, she's won her last two by way of stoppage. For both ladies, this is their opportunity to make a statement on Aussie soil. They both, like I said earlier, wanted this fight. Paying attention to each fighter's Instagrams, Fighter Promotions were sharing these two names after Jazzy and May's last fight, and it's good to see that this fight is taking place now rather than later. Right now, I do want to take a closer look at Soliman and see what she's been up to in her career. As Soliman is 9-1 with 5 knockouts. Her one loss was by way of decision. Out of 270 fighters in the world at bantamweight, she's ranked number 15. Remember, this fight is at super flyweight. She's fought a career total of 45 pro rounds and carries in the ring a 56% career knockout to win ratio. The 27-year-old Aussie was born in Cairo, Egypt, but calls Sydney, New South Wales home. She's a 5'5", orthodox fighter. We last saw her fight Cunha, who's 6-20, stopped her in the second. Prampita, 11-6, stopped her in the first. Sarah Watt, 4-7, stopped her in the third. Brown, 2-1, won a split in the sixth. Srisser Watt, 5-1, stopped her in the third. Since going pro in 2022, she's been an exciting prospect turned contender. And if you ask May, if you watch the fight week and the interviews she's given, this is a woman who stays switched on. In her eyes, this is her opportunity, a stepping stone to get a last name like Parr on her resume to propel her to potential world title or at least world title eliminator fights. She's aggressive. She's very fun to watch. Gonna be on her front foot. If you're not familiar with the ladies, these fights are only 2-minute rounds. These fights fly by. Volume is a must. Accuracy is a must, and damage is a must. The thing going into this matchup will Jazzy be able to deal with May Soliman's power, and will Soliman be able to set up her backhand? Right now, I do want to take a look at the 22-year-old Aussie and see what she's been up to in her career. Guys, Jasmine Parr is 8-1. Of her 8 wins, 3 of them come by way of knockout. Her one loss was a close decision. Out of 227 ladies in the world at super flyweight, she's ranked number 14. She carries into the ring a 38% career knockout to win ratio. And the 22-year-old Aussie is a 5'4" orthodox fighter. Her adoring fans know her as Princess, and she resides in Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia. We last saw her fight Cameroon 8-0, stopped her in the 5th. Famta 9-9, stopped her in the 1st. O'Connell 24-8, she lost a split decision in the 8th. Kwapapong 4-2, won a UD in the 6th. Sarah Watt 4-5, stopped her in the 5th. Jazzy Parr has the last name. If you're unfamiliar with John Wayne Parr, this guy's fight style, Boonshu Gym, legend in the game. If you've never heard of John Wayne Parr, you probably don't know who Ramon Dekkers was. Ramon Dekkers was a iconic, legendary Dutch kickboxer. John Wayne Parr had a similar brutal style. He had hands that could end the fight at any time. He was a Lupini world champion. His daughter, Jasmine, has all of those aspirations. This was a girl who was born in the gym. You can find footage of Jazzy Parr training as a 5-year-old, doing everything from jiu-jitsu to Muay Thai. She turned pro in boxing a few years ago, and this will be a great opportunity for her as well as May to showcase her skill set. If you guys want to watch tape, watch the Shannon O'Connell fight. In the comment section below, I want to know from you guys, who won that fight? Was that a good decision for Shotgun, or would you have given it to Jazzy? Either way, that's in the past. The future is right now. This Friday night feature in Melbourne is going to say a lot about the landscape, not just in Australia, but internationally at super flyweight. Guys, before I give you my prediction and go over the Las Vegas odds, I want to remind everybody, I do live streams every day. In those live streams, that's where we go over our long parlays. I give you guys my underdog of the week. The last 3 weeks, we hit on Kameda versus Casemiro. This past weekend, I told you guys Lyndon Arthur at plus money to beat Bradley Ray was a lock. We hit that as well. To get all those props, method of victory, underdog picks, you're going to have to A, join my Discord. The link is pinned in the comment section below. It's only a couple bucks a month. Also, watch the live streams. In these Stats Don't Lie videos, you're only going to get my money line prediction. All right, guys, wherever you are in the world, let's pull out those betting apps. Currently on the money line, May Soliman is the underdog at $3.05, meaning you put $100 on May just to win, you'll get your money back plus $205. The draw, 14-1. Jasmine Parr is $1.45 favorite, 100 on Jazz to win, you get your money back plus $45. When I'm doing the side-by-side breakdown, when I did the film study on May and Jazz, I'm giving the power advantage to May Soliman. I don't know how much of that has to do with May really sitting down on her shots, being a little bit older. The 27-year-old has her woman's strength, one would call it. In men's boxing, you would talk about he has his man's strength. I give that advantage to May. Jazzy at 22 years old, coming from a Muay Thai background, we have to remember the art of 8 limbs. You're using your elbows, knees. You're also checking kicks. So the biggest difference is going from that style to boxing is literally sitting down and digging down on your punches in terms of punch power and punch technique. So I feel the older Jazzy gets, the more pro fights she has under her belt, she'll be doing this more and more. Power advantage to Soliman. The pedigree, you have to go Jazzy Parr. Like I said, she was born into this. She was made to become a world champion with the last name. Her father did it. Her mother was a former pro fighter, and at 22 years old, the sky is the limit. Right now, when I'm looking at matchup versus matchup, the fight being at super flyweight, May coming down, I'm expecting Jazzy's volume, her aggression, and her overall technique and punch placement accuracy to give her the edge. I'm going to take Jasmine Parr here on the money line. Guys, this is not an echo chamber. This is going to be a close fight. I don't agree with those odds. I think this is a 50-50 fight. May Soliman is a dog, and if you like her, she's a live dog. Right now in the comment section below, let me know who you got, Jazzy Parr or May Soliman. Also, guys, there's a lot of fights to cover. Stay tuned to the channel. I'll be uploading my breakdown, prediction, and analysis of Tiger Johnson versus Nick Flaws next, as well as the big fight between Virgil Ortiz and Erickson Lubin. So I'll catch you in the next one.